Hey everybody, happy Thursday. And since it's Thursday, that means it's Twisted Thursday Mandala Madness. So welcome back for our weekly update. And this is actually, I want to say, the update for week 18. Wow. That means we have been doing this for 4.5 months. Wow. Unbelievable. So, for all you new here, I am Missy, and this is Missy's Yarniverse and More. And what is Twisted Thursday Mandala Madness? Well, Twisted Thursday Mandala Madness is a collaboration between myself and the lovely Amanda over at Obsessive Crochet Lady. We had been talking last summer, around the end of summer, about collaborating and doing a project together, even though we're several states away, just working on something at the same time together. So, our first obvious choice was amigurumi, because we both love to make them. But neither of us could decide on the same thing. Basically, her wish list for making amis was different than mine. So we nixed that idea. Then we started talking about blankets because we both always have blankets on the hook. And we couldn't figure out which one. Then she brought up the Mandala Madness, which was a CAL in 2016. And I had never done it. She had done it a couple times, I believe. And so I told her I would look at it. I knew about it back then, but lifey things were going on. I was still working, and I just could not join in on that bandwagon at that point in time, and had totally forgot about it. So I looked at it, and I told her, perfect, we'll do that. Well, she was wanting to do it because she had ordered some Christmas cakes from the Wool Warehouse, and she was really wanting to do a Christmas version for herself. So I was like, okay, let me find some Christmas cakes in my choice of colors that I decorate with, which are entirely different because I do more whimsical. Looked everywhere, could not find anything. I found cakes that had most of my colors in it, but there was other colors in it that just wasn't meshing. So I told her I was going to nix the idea of a Christmas version, and I was just going to do one in my favorite mandala. Why not? It's a Mandala Madness, right? So I told her the colorway I wanted to use, which turns out is her favorite color as well. Then she was, oh, excuse me. Then she was like, but I really want to do that one if you're going to do that one. And I told her I really wanted to do a Christmas one. So we talked a little more. And I told her that I would just go ahead and order the individual colors that I wanted to use online and just do it that way. We talked a little more, and we decided we were both crazy enough that we were going to do both in tandem. So that's where Twisted Thursday Mandala Madness came from. Now, the Mandala Madness blanket that we are working on and have some lovely Yarny friends joining in with us was a CAL, like I said, from 2016. And this is what it looks like with all 111 rounds. There are additional rounds to square it off if you so choose. Not sure I'm going to go that route. We'll see. The CAL is from Helen Shrimpton at crystalsandcrochet.com. If you are wanting to make the blanket, there are tutorials on YouTube from All in a Nutshell. You just have to be very careful because sometimes she'll say the UK terminology when she means to use the US terminology because it's written in US terms. So, but as long as you can watch her hands and pay attention, you'll be perfectly fine. I myself choose to use written pattern. And to get that, you can go to crystalsandcrochet.com and you can sign up for an account. It is totally free. All you do is put in your email and set up a password. And they do not spam you by sending you all kinds of junk mail. I've never gotten anything. I'm assuming that if she were to get ready to release another CAL, that those that have an account would probably get notified possibly about an upcoming CAL in case they wanted to join in. But once you set that up, you can go in, search the CALs that are available, and it will give you all of the parts, which this one is in 18 parts plus the bonus part to square it off. You can go in there and you can either download them and view them on your device, or you can print them out like I have. That way I can carry them with me wherever I go, and not have to worry about lugging electronics. So, yes, as I was saying, I'm having a squirrel week. It's in 18 parts unless you want to do the bonus to square it off. So Amanda and I had decided to do this very stress-free, relaxing, no stress, at our own pace, no more than 5 rounds per week, because we also knew that the further we get into it and the larger the blanket gets, it is really going to be hard to get 5 rounds in on 2 blankets. So I was able to get the colors I wanted for my Christmas version. We started with those and the Mandala, and so far we've done pretty well with keeping up on the trajectory with 5 rounds per week. Sometimes we might not get quite the 5, but then sometimes we're able to make it up the following week. It's getting really hard now, and I actually had to talk to Amanda, and we'll get to this in a moment. So I'll show you my colors for my Christmas. Well, we'll start off with the Nifflers. We are both using Lion Brand Mandala. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It is my favorite. In the colorway Nifflers. There's the info. And there's the striping. So pretty. And it is a lightweight number 3. This is 5.3 ounces or 150 grams, 590 yards or 540 meters. And I cannot read the hook and needle size. For those of you who have been around, you know why. And I still keep forgetting to write it down. So my Mandala version is in this one. And then my Christmas version, I ordered the Herrschners Worsted yarn, the 4-weight. The Mandala is a 3-weight. This is a 4-weight. On hindsight, it probably wasn't the best idea, because she's gigantic already, and I'm not done. And she is so heavy. So heavy. But I love the colors and how it's working up. And I chose 5 colors because it's what I decorate in for Christmas or the holidays. And I could also leave the blanket out year round if I wanted to, because they also match Pioneer Woman colors, and my kitchen is decorated with Pioneer Woman. I also have throw pillows and throw blankets in the living room that are Pioneer Woman with these colors. So, the Herrschners Worsted, 2 of them are from the baby line. They're 4-weight. I just went with those options because of the specific color. And all of these skeins are 4-weight. They're 100% acrylic. 8 ounces or 226 grams, 489 yards or 448 meters. And they suggest a US size 7 knitting needle or a US size I9 crochet hook, and machine wash and dry. And so the first color is in the baby line, and it is called Cloud. And I'm just going to chuck them over here to get them out of my way. And then the second one is also in the baby line. And this one is Pixie Pink. And all of them same specs. The third one is in just the regular worsted line. And this one is Victorian Red. And the fourth color is in Seaspray. And the final and fifth color is in Lime. And I know if you're new here and you have not seen my blanket, you are probably thinking, are you crazy? Those are not Christmas. Yes, they are. In my house, they are. Think Whimsical, The Grinch, Cindy Lou Who, all that kind of stuff. All those fun Christmas movies. And I like the bright colors. And yeah, they just kind of bring you joy. Who says you got to use red and green, right? Or silver and gold. So I'll start with we'll go with the Nifflers version. Last week I left off on both of them. I had finished up to around 80. I had done 4 rounds on each one, 77 through 80. So this week I was starting on round 81. And I've kind of run into a conundrum. And as I was saying earlier, I had to have a conversation with Amanda about one of these blankets. Not this one. This one, I got 2 rounds on. And oh man, I didn't even weave in those last 2 ends. So I did this pink. No, wait a minute. Is that the pink? No, it's 2 rounds of purple. So I did rounds 81 and 82 on the Nifflers version. And I don't struggle as much with holding this one up. But because this one is so much lighter. In hindsight, I wish I would have picked another 3-weight yarn for the other one. Yeah. So that's where we are with my Nifflers. And guys, I'm kind of trying to do this a little quicker than normal. I've been having some issues with my throat today. You probably heard it in, I'm not sure which video. There was one that I did for this week, and you could hear me doing this a lot. I've been having a lot of throat closures off and on. And whenever I do that, I'm feeling the muscles and the vocal cords tighten, and I'm trying to loosen them up. And I really don't want to have a throat closure while I'm trying to record. So, yeah. So, Nifflers, I got 2 rounds done. And that was rounds 81 and 82. And, well, for the Christmas version, I did have a conversation with Amanda because this one is getting so huge, so heavy, and I wish we would have started these earlier so that when we started them, it was still hot out last year and it would have been small. And as it grew, we would be in the cooler months because we live down south. And no, with us not being done, and if we were on the trajectory we're going to stay in by I'm not even going to be done yet, and we are going to be hitting the really high hot temperatures here, and it is too heavy and too large, and I know I'm not going to want to work on it. So I asked her, would she mind if I put more of my time into my Christmas version to try and hurry up and get it out of the way before it gets too hot for me to even mess with it here. Because I know once it gets hot with my MS, if I've got something on top of me and it's making me hotter, it makes my symptoms worse. I start losing speech, my walking ability, moving my hands, things like that. So it's not going to work. So she agreed that however I wanted to do it, if I want to focus on the Christmas one so I can smash it out before it gets too hot here, that was perfectly fine with her, because she's also on the struggle bus a little bit with her crazy schedule. She had asked me if it was okay if, because some weeks she's not able to get a whole lot done on either one. I think there was one week not too long ago, she only got a round and a half done on one, I think, and 2 on the other. And she asked me if when she has consecutive days or she has a day where she can actually focus on it, if she could just take it and run with it and smash out as many rounds as she possibly could so she wouldn't get too far behind. And I told her, don't limit herself. She can do as many as she can when she wants to, when she is able, because I know that if we are limiting ourselves on how we're doing this, since we're at this point, it's going to get frustrating and they're going to take forever. And especially with this one, I really need to weigh it. 4-weight yarn for this blanket was probably not a good idea. And I know now, because I do plan on making some more. I want to make one in purples, because I know my mom would love it. Thank you, Donna Hoskinson, for that idea. And the creative insight on how you're doing yours, to give me that idea. And there's a couple others I want to make in some Mandala colorways. And yeah, I don't plan on doing another one in 4-weight. No. It's bad enough I'm doing a Sophie in 4-weight. And we all know how huge Sophie is. And she is huge. And my plan after all these are done, these mandalas, is to start working on Sophie again, because she really needs to get done. She's been up in a tote for far too long. But if I can mash this out, hopefully before we start getting too hot here, the pro on that is it will also be ready for our fair as an entry. And I would be able to enter it, because at this point right now, with us working on 2 and me doing hospice projects and all that, I don't have time to start another blanket to be working on for my fair project. So I'll be killing 2 birds with 1 stone. And not going to kill myself with the heat once the fires of hell get here. So where did I get on my Christmas? And we are still attached, so I need to be very careful. I actually, because we left off on, oh gosh, yeah, we've got yarn everywhere and static electricity. I also started on round 81, but I got further than round 82 like I did on the Nifflers. I've kind of slowed down on that one. I'm working around here and there. I'm trying to focus on this one to get her done. I actually did rounds. I did 5. I did 81, 82, 83, 84, 85. Yeah. And I've had a lot going on this week. Otherwise, I would have loved to get more in. But, yeah. So, where is my yarn? Oh, gosh. There we are. Yes, I do have stitch markers on there. So, I did this white round that's under the pink rolls, whatever you want to call them. I call it like lattice stuff. And then the next round was the pink. And then round 83 was this first row of red. And then round 84 was the second round of red. And this was row 85. And I will be picking up on round 86. There isn't a color change. You're still working with the same color yarn that you're on. So, yeah, and she's getting heavy and hard to handle. And because she's so heavy, it just wants to fall down all the time. So I have it in my lap with my feet propped up in the recliner, and it is just weighing on my legs. So, yeah. Hence why, with Amanda's approval, we're kind of doing it a little different. We're just going to do what we need to do to get them done. And if that means that only one's getting done first and then I still have more to work on the other one, she's okay with that. Because in the hotter months, I can still work on my Nifflers version because it is so lightweight, and that's perfectly fine. So yeah, that's where we got. And there we go. Yep. And she's heavy. I'm going to have to start just taking a picture, spread it out on the bed, the guest bed, and take a picture so you can see how large it is. Because it's so hard to hold the whole thing up right now. So yeah, that is where we are this week on our update. And I did not get any updated photos from anyone that is making along with us. And yeah, for their progress. Otherwise I would have put it right here. But, and I was going to say something. If any of you want to join in, it doesn't necessarily have to be the Mandala Madness. It could be any blanket you're doing in the round. It doesn't matter if it's even a granny square, continuous granny square blanket in the round. And you want to join in and you want to send in the picture so we can show everybody what you're making, go ahead. And if it's something like this but a different pattern, give us, when you send in the picture, tell us what blanket it is, because I'm sure a lot of people would like to know. Because if y'all are anything like me, as much as I love making things, and I say this all the time, I love seeing what everybody else is making, their creativity, their color choices. I am obsessed with looking at other people's projects, which sometimes tend to get me in trouble because then I want to make all the things. So for my blankets, for the larger one that's in the 4-weight, the Herrschners yarn, I'm using my 5.5 millimeter dots. And for the Lion Brand Mandala version that is a 3-weight, I'm using my 4.5 millimeter dots. So yeah, guys, that's that for this week. I'm hoping I can knock some more out. I'll work a little bit on the Nifflers. I don't want to get too far behind on that. But I really do want to get as many rounds done as fast as possible on this gargantuan Christmas version. Because I don't honestly want to be working in it in the heat. I know. If I don't have it done, I am going to throw it in timeout. So, yeah. But anyways, guys, I can't even remember what else I was going to say. I do believe I have a bonus video tomorrow. I have an acquisition. I'm going to try and record it as long as I'm not having too much of a problem with my throat. Because I really want to get it. It's still in the package from being mailed. I have not opened it at all. And I really want to get it out of the bag. So, yeah, let's get this one down and uploaded and do all the things that I need to do. And then I will go ahead and do that one because I know it's not going to be a very long video. It's going to be a basically quick one. And I'm excited to see it. I want to get it out of the package. So I'm going to let you guys go. And I'm going to leave you with these words. Life is not perfect, so be kind. Try and create something new every day and keep reaching for the stars and your yarn. So till next time, love you guys. Bye for now.